dude, Eris straight up lied about me about something really fucking serious. Something that if a streamer was doing this, they absolutely should lose, you know, their stream. Like that there's no fucking question, right? Like a straight up attempt to cancel me, a straight up weaponization of lies. That's what Eris is on to now, okay? I know that's fucking hard to believe. That's like saying, like, but it's a feet too, like, cute, like, sweet. Like, what? I know, right? I know. I fucking know. And that's why I need someone in this chat with me here. Just so that I do not get gaslit by this shit. Because that's what happened the last time when Eris came in here. She fucking gaslit me hard. And it was just like, you know, like it was just, oh my god, chat. It was really a fucked up situation. Like, and the problem is, after that happened, there was an attempt to take my channel down, to mass flag my channel. There was an attempt by her to take words that I said and twist them a lot into meaning something that they never could have, right? Because she would like for everyone on Twitch to think of me as somebody that is too dangerous to deal with. Now, chat, do I get fucking angry about certain topics in debate? Yes, I do. But I know where the lines on that anger is, all right? And when it gets too much, I, you know, institute something like what I talked about in the video in terms of just like kind of giving an all around, you know, call for people to cool down and chill the fuck out, because that is what's important. This shit unironically feels like fucking Gamergate. Like this persecution that goes on of trans femme streamers for anything or nothing. For speaking truth to power, for doing what we all fucking agree is the right thing. And even if it wasn't successful, because the target of that had just too thick of an ego for anything to get through, like, I think there is some value in standing up for ourselves. That's what I was trying to do, is give you a little bit of hopium.
People want to organize social power in order to ostracize someone. They're not actually doing anything to deliver any kind of real justice or help the situation at all. They're really just a way to organize a group of people together and then use them to bully someone out of given space.
Right. And it's done in a very, like, you know, kind of...
little dudes come up and, like, I just naturally...
Oh my god, thank you, Neltai. It's done in a weirdly, I don't know if you want to call it, like, hierarchical way, in that, like, the information is passed off, the information is transmitted, the cancellation order is given from, like, you know, a person of power generally to and accepted by people of less, you know, power. It's kind of like a signal almost that's like, you know.
You might describe it as people with low social status within a given hierarchy will tend to follow the instructions provided by people of higher social status. I mean,
yeah,
generally
without question. And here's why. Look, the thing with Dylan, okay, now somebody smart, somebody who's my friend, could have come to me and said, Irene, you're right about the Dylan thing. However, he's got this much power and you've got this much power. What the are you going to do, girl? What the are you going to do? Like, you are... Do you understand? Do you freaking get it? This is somewhat useless, right? Like, that's a good argument, I guess, right? But you know what else is useless? Is, like, all these fucking black pills that we're forced to take when we're forced to accept these, like, these corrupt structures, when we're forced to accept these petty tyrants that you know, use their social power for their own ego games, essentially.
I think meows are very much on brand.
Meows
So you're
are
fine.
very heckin' valid, okay? They're wholesome and they're very heckin' valid, and you can't take my meows away from me, okay? With your wicked cancel culture. And it's really strange for somebody that I believe has, yeah, the last time I saw this person speak about cancel culture, they did not speak positively. They did not speak fondly. They were not like, oh yeah, cancel culture, oh, it's so good. No, I think they were arguing with, was it Mixed Viv? Do you know what I'm talking about? That debate? Because I
Not
just talked
sure.
to Viv about it today. That's right, me and Viv are talking again. Me and Viv are talking. She asked me if I wanted to apologize for anything, and I said, meow. And she knew what I meant. Chat, she knew what I meant. That's so wholesome. That is what you're gonna get here, that you're not gonna see at other streams. Wholesome authenticity. Like, I'm all about fucking being who you are and loving who you are and not like cringing at yourself because it makes you weaker when you self-cringe. So don't do it. You don't need to. You don't need to self-cringe. You don't need to self-cancel. You don't need to prematurely put out your light. You need to like carry that light forward into the darkness of the battle. Chat, how are you doing? I hope you're vibing. Because we're going to need it tonight, okay? This is going to be a really tough night to get through, okay? Now, everybody seems to think I'm a drama streamer, that I live for this, that I'm looking for it, that it's fun for me, and that, like, Bad Lady loves to say mean things because it's just a real catharsis. It's a real rush for her. It's her gamer word or whatever. No, that's not quite it. That's not quite it. I actually really don't like conflict. If there's ever a way that I can solve conflict in a mutually beneficial way, I tend to prefer it. But sometimes the other party does not give you a choice. And you are put with the choice to defend yourself from the attacks against you, or to just sit there and take it. You know which one I'm going to choose, right? Let me get my Discord in here, because, like, you know what? It's okay right now. This is really tough, chat. We're gonna watch some really fucked up shit. Some straight up lies about me. And, like, as much as I think that the idea of cancel culture is, like, kind of overblown, and there's a lot of, like, you know, cis, white, straight dudes that will, like, fucking bitch about it. It was like, oh, man, anyway, I'm doing Destiny's voice there. I didn't exactly have Steven in mind. Steven, I don't know.
It was so
Oh my
peaceful up
god,
here,
what's so
but
peaceful
now
up
there
here?
are
What
freaking
happened?
communists
What happened?
invading radicals.
Communists. Wait, where did the communist invading radicals go? Okay, wait, what is the deal? Do I not have my Twitch alerts on or something? I gotta fix shit. Chat, you're not even up on the screen. How are you doing, chat? Thank you, Mistaken. Thank you. Meow, meow. Oh, JoJo fans. Hey, have you read the new part that came out of JoJolion? It just came out, well, a few days ago, and it was pretty good. Do you like fighting? Do you like stands? You're gonna like this. It's gonna be really good. It's gonna be really satisfying. And do you like, you know, seeing me, like, fall apart as I see somebody that seemed, like, totally nice, and, like, somebody that I really wanted to get to know, and somebody that I thought was really cool, just completely weaponize what I can only really call, I mean, like, this actually is cancel culture, right? And here's the mistake most people make. They think that cancel culture is something that minorities and marginalized people enact on the groups that are in power. Most of the time, it's the other way around. Most of the time, it's the other way around, right? Who does it actually happen to? Who does the cancel stick to? Who does the cancel hurt? Not the person that's got a lot of, like, you know, options and a lot of connections. But the
little
other
dudes
kind
come
of
up
person.
and, like, I just naturally am like, little dudes.
Yeah. So let's get into this. Let me see. Hey everybody, I'm on stream. If you want to, I can go into mod chat too, because like I know not everybody wants to be on stream, maybe. What do you think? Should I go into mod chat too, and then whoever wants to come can follow me?
But the little dudes come
Oh my
up,
God, little
and like I
dudes.
just naturally am like little dudes.
Seriously though, little dudes. Okay. Anyway, I'm gonna pull myself into mod team too. Okay. There we go. There we go. Okay. I don't even know. This might not be the best. Like, I don't know. I'm trying to decide which like Discord room to use and stuff. But yeah, I like really need somebody along for the ride with me here. Like, this is gonna be really fucking rough. This is gonna be really fucking rough. Dude, Eris straight up lied about me about something really fucking serious. Something that if a streamer was doing this, they absolutely should lose, you know, their stream. Like that there's no fucking question, right? Like a straight up attempt to cancel me, a straight up weaponization of lies. That's what Eris is on to now, okay? I know that's fucking hard to believe. That's like saying like, but it's a feet too like cute, like sweet. Like what? I know, right? I know. I fucking know. And that's why I need someone in this chat with me here. Just so that I do not get gaslit by this shit. Because that's what happened the last time when Eris came in here. She fucking gaslit me hard. And it was just like, you know, like it was just, oh my God, chat. It was really a fucked up situation. Like, and the problem is, after that happened, there was an attempt to take my channel down, to mass flag my channel. There was an attempt by her to take words that I said and twist them a lot into meaning something that they never could have, right? Because she would like for everyone on Twitch to think of me as somebody that is too dangerous to deal with. Now, chat, do I get fucking angry about certain topics in debate? Yes, I do. But I know where the lines on that anger is, all right? And when it gets too much, I, you know, institute something like what I talked about in the video in terms of just like kind of giving an all around, you know, call for people to cool down and chill the fuck out, because that is what's important. Oh, hey everybody. Am I like muted or something?
No, you're not muted.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was just like talking too much for anyone to jump in, because that's what I do. That's what I do, and that's why. So
No, it's all good.
yeah. So
I was just trying to stay quiet because I don't really want to break your flow and whatnot, and I understand that this is a sensitive topic to go over.
Yeah.
And I just want to take a moment to say, if you need to stop and talk about things, we can do that. But I also want you to
We're gonna
look
take
after
these
your
things really easily.
psychological
Like,
health.
yeah, exactly. If I start to get upset by this, you know, we're gonna do, you know, something else, right? But I feel like you need to know the truth, okay? And I'm not, you know, I'm not in doubt of that, okay? I 100% know that I did not do anything wrong. And Twitch knows that too, because, you know, my channel is still here, right? And that says something. You know, if you get mass flagged and, you know, you Twitch, you cannot hide from the eyes of Twitch. And they did not have a problem with what I said on my stream. So, like, I am in the clear 100%. These are lies. These are lies. And the only way that these lies win is by taking on bigger platforms, using social connection, using social hierarchy, the same stuff we talk about all the time here. So Corey, I'm a little bit like I'm gonna kind of just give you my mental process here, because like I'm of several minds here as far as how to proceed. Now the ultimate tour de force would be to start off with Mark Fisher's The Vampire Castle, Mark Fisher's classic book, Exiting the Vampire Castle. Now just so you know, this isn't boomer molding, maybe not quite a boomer, right? But older college professor who's just kind of pissed off at the way that the kids in his college are not okay with some of the yikes shit that maybe he says that wasn't yikes to his generation, but it's one of those books where it's like those fucking these it is, listen, Mark Fisher's Exiting the Vampire Castle, it's actually kind of a bad lady stream. Mark Fisher's going on a bad lady stream about his students and just going off on this whole thing about how they're wait, what is it? Neo-anarchist? There was several words that he just kept on going to over and over to just be I do not like these fucking kids. Okay, we get it, Mark, we get it, but I do like Russell Brand. He, in the middle of the fucking book, he weird champs out and he's like, yo, but Russell Brand, I mean, he came from poor circumstance. I mean, he's got a lot of money now, but he came from real, why don't people, I don't know, dude, it's the fucking, anyway, there's a lot of cringe, is what I'm saying, about Mark Fisher's Exiting the Vampire Castle. But if I was to say that it's completely misbegotten, and that, I kind of think there's something there, right? Because I have seen kind of the weaponization of these concepts and, the utilization of these concepts for cynical personal gain, right? And for consolidation of power networks, right? And, to a lesser extent, not to a lesser extent, also the tendency of people to back, their friends, regardless of, looking at the facts and stuff like that. The tendency to if your friend says, hey, this no comment chick, she is, listen, bad news. Seriously, just stay away. It's not worth, if you hear that shit, right? That's what's been going on, a really vicious whisper campaign, a weaponized, I don't know if she's going to eventually try to claim it was a misunderstanding, because the things that she's claimed are not supported. But anyway, so Mark Fisher's Exiting the Vampire Castle, I almost want to skip that, right? Because we've covered that several times on stream. We've covered Mark Fisher's Vampire Castle. Everybody knows the Vampire Castle. The three configurations. It's the academic pedant's desire to be correct, the priestly desire to excommunicate, and the hipster's desire to be the first one to spot a mistake. Yes. Anyway, some of the theory is a little weird, Chip, too. It's really, did you need what is that ad exactly? Mark Fisher, he's just drawing a picture. I don't know. I feel like it's more of a work of art almost, that it's I don't know, it's non-linear in some weird way. But I do think that if I was to say that this kind of weaponization doesn't happen, it does. And this is an example of it. This is an example of just that kind of cynical shit, the use of social connections, the use of clout in order to bury the truth under a mountain of just hearsay and not look into right? Because if you hear something that's disturbing, look into it, right? But I don't know, dude, I don't know if you just want to hit that retweet. That's fucking dangerous. That's living dangerously. Look, I mean, I'm saying for you too, right? You hit that retweet and then you find out that you were supporting a Darvo campaign. Oh my god. Seriously, that is not that is not good for your conscience. But I'm gonna try to stay very much in myself, out of a reactive mode. Chat, a lot of times my anger is what I display in order to hide other emotions that I have. So if I have any of those other emotions, if I have any of those other emotions during this, I'm gonna like express those. I'm gonna try to not run from those, because like in some ways, like as much as I felt like bad lady mode protected me, bad lady mode was also a crutch. Is that okay? I hope nobody's here that's just like, oh my god, did she just say she's not doing bad lady anymore? Oh, my whole reason for following her. I want her to fucking go off. I will go off. I will go off. Don't worry. I will fucking go off. But, I feel like having my friends here with me is pretty important. So, hey, everybody. Meow. The whole identity becomes defined by one ill-judged remark, behavioral slip. Once the VC, Vampire's Castle, has mustered its witch hunt, the victim, often from the working class background. Yeah, I mean, like, he was right in one way that, like, a lot of times the victim is from a marginalized group, right? It's not as easy to get pulled into the Vampire Castle. Like, cancel culture kind of doesn't work at a certain level. You know what I mean? You just monetize the fucking hate. And chat, like, listen, to the extent to which I've done that, and yes, I have absolutely monetized the videos that my haters are going to be hate watching, right? So they're making me money by being there. I made damn sure of that. But yeah, it's kind of something that you have to do, you know, when you get attacked. And I just want everybody to understand this, right? This isn't me going after somebody, okay? This is somebody that's gone after me and gone after my reputation with lies. And it's important for me to just watch what she said.
Because it was so peaceful.
Oh my god, thank you, Fister Gently. Oh, top of Patters.
Invading radicals.
Patters are good. Meow, meow, meow. Should we watch the cringe? Oh, chat, will you get mad at me if I do this? Look, we'll just do a shortened version. We'll just do a shortened version, chat. I don't know if you've ever seen this. It's gonna be super cringe, right? Wait, here's how we're stuck. Okay. This is one of the best pieces of film ever created. This is like the reason the human species existed, was for this YouTube video to fucking come into being. Chat, are you ready for Peter Coffin and Angie Speaks exiting the Vampire Castle? Come on, gimme.
Weary web traveler, heed well this tale.
I sometimes really wonder on what level does Peter Coffin, on what level does their comedy operate? You know what I mean? Like, okay, let's be honest. I don't find them very funny, but there's some chance that I'm just missing it, and that for some other person out there, they're like, oh, this is so funny. Like, it scratches a spot. I don't know, maybe it does. Maybe I just can't perceive it. Anyway. Yep, chat, sometimes a broken grandfather clock is right like twice a day. And this is a fucking Vampire Castle moment. This is exactly what's going on here with our friend, the VTuber.
This fell bastion can appear in any land at any time.
Get ready to just be covered in cheese, just coated. Okay, don't say it. I'm gonna try to be less like unnecessarily yikes.
The Vampire Castle.
But Irene, you wouldn't be Irene if you weren't unnecessarily yikes. Okay, let's turn this down.
It drives the ascetic's mad desire to excommunicate.
Oh,
the
there's
pedant's rush to condemnation, and the youth's urge to banish wrongthink and be first among equals. Many of the left, in their quest to return light to the discourse,
mind if I comment on the Vampire Castle thing?
Oh yeah, go ahead. I'll pause it
but
for just a second. Yeah, this is Coruscera in VC. Wait a minute. Coruscera?
I've been told I'm actually one of your alts.
we're supposed to be the same person, right?
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
I don't know. I must have recorded myself, I guess. I don't know. This is like, I'm my own mod. Like, can you imagine if I was actually like, that would be like much less lazy than I actually am. I would be so useless as a mod. If you had to deal with me on the mod team, oh my god, it would be very upsetting. I'm a bad mod for Xander Hall. I'm like a really lazy mod for Xander Hall. Yeah, meow, 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 meow. What were you gonna say about the Vampire Castle and Mark Fisher?
Yeah, so
God,
I feel like essays like Exiting the Vampire Castle, and even to a lesser extent the Angie Speaks Peter Coffin video, like I say a lot, they are noticing a problem. They're just arriving at the wrong conclusions about it.
Very much agreed. Yes, that's what I say too. Like, I kind of reject, like, okay, it's fucking cringe, okay? And always the people who would bring up the Vampire Castle to me were the people that were like, so, you know, tactical inward, maybe a little gamer moment, gonna get a little inward as a treat, yeah, and I'm just like, no, so I kind of associated that argument with, like, you know, just people that wanted to be shitty or something. And like, but it's not entirely like, I mean, it does remark on like something. It's just like maybe something that gets like mischaracterized in popular media to the point where it's like almost useful or useless as a definition. Obviously the right's got a definition of cancel culture, which is like, you know,
I think when a lot of people talk about this stuff, they usually miss the full breadth of the discussion. They're either going to pick up one part of it or another, but never basically all the sides you need to look at to really examine the situation.
Yeah.
Because like what you were saying earlier about how cancel culture is portrayed as marginalized people speaking truth to power. And to some extent, you might be able to argue that that was the case in terms of the way that the term originated, like way back when it really first started picking up steam. But what it really comes down to is,
I feel like we're gonna end up watching the Lindsay Ellis video if we're not careful, or ContraPoints canceling. Chad, I was thinking about going through a history of my own cancellation. This being the latest and pretty much the worst. And the most true to form, right? Most of my cancellations, like, you really, I mean, you kind of have to stretch it to be like, you know, anyway, it's not quite what the structure is described in the Vampire Castle, but, you know, this one is pretty fucking close.
yeah, cancellations generally tend to result when people want to organize social power in order to ostracize someone. They're not actually doing anything to deliver any kind of real justice or help the situation at all. They're really just a way to organize a group of people together and then use them to bully someone out of given space.
Right. And it's done in a very, like, you know, kind of...
little dudes come up and, like, I just
Oh
naturally...
my god, thank you, Neltype. It's done in a weirdly, I don't know if you want to call it, like, hierarchical way, in that, like, the information is passed off, the information is transmitted, the cancellation order is given from, like, you know, a person of power generally to and accepted by people of less, you know, power. It's kind of like a signal almost that's like, you know.
You might describe it as people with low social status within a given hierarchy will tend to follow the instructions provided by people of higher social status. I mean,
yeah,
generally
without question. And here's why. Look, the thing with Dylan, okay? Now, somebody smart, somebody who's my friend, could have come to me and said, Irene, you're right about the Dylan thing. However, he's got this much power, and you've got this much power. What the are you going to do, girl? What the are you going to do? Like, you are... Do you understand? Do you freaking get it? This is somewhat useless, right? Like that's a good argument, I guess, right? But you know what else is useless? Is like all these fucking black pills that we're forced to take when we're forced to accept these like these corrupt structures, when we're forced to accept these petty tyrants that use their social power for their own ego games, essentially. Like that's just sort of the way things are. And you're not wrong. That is the way things are. That is the way things have operated. But also, you know how else things have operated? We've agreed to a surrender. Like the answer for that is, look, you just surrender. If Dylan wants to come on your show and tell you that your arguments are worthless to him, and if anything, they've convinced him that he was right in the first place and he needs to double down, right? And that you should be like, oh, got me. All right, well, everybody, thank you so much. This is Dylan Burns. You can see him on the Hippy Dippy podcast every Friday. Dylan, who's on this week? Oh, we got, you know what I mean? All right, Dylan, well, yeah, like and subscribe. Let's get Dylan a shout out in chat. Yeah, everybody. All right, Dylan, thank you so much for coming by. Yeah, Irene, you're a fucking crap. You know what I mean? He's like insulting me the whole time. Like, what does that do to you? Chat, how do you respond when your streamer does that? When your streamer bows the head? When your streamer bends the knee? How do you respond? What does that make you feel like? What does that make your community feel like? Does that feel good? Is that acceptable?
Not to mention, I've never seen anyone who's actually taken a surrender and meaningfully allowed someone to say, "Okay, I'm willing to bend the knee if you'll stop."
Sorry. I didn't get...
Basically, if we were ever in a situation where when people decide that they want to cancel you, they generally aren't going to ever want to stop until they get their pound of flesh.
But
it's one of the things
by which
that I
you
think
mean that, like, what? You are, like, hurt, that you are... Is like a psychological thing? What do you think they're a pound of flesh? I mean, maybe is it different from one scenario to another?
Although I would argue that a lot of it probably has to do with social domination, because ultimately what they're trying to do is either expel you from a social community that they feel entitled to have power over you in, or they basically just want to make you completely subservient to their power.
Right.
And unfortunately...
It's pretty funny! Oh my god, Cora! Do you see the meme? Do you see the meme staring us in the face? Now, I'm gonna really, like, veer hard away from, anything that's gonna focus on the person that's, like, doing this to me, right? But just considering the branding... it's a bit ironic, isn't it? Like, yeah, subservient, huh? Makes sense. I could see that. Absolutely. That is not a spicy take, Cora. That is not a spicy take. Anyway.
The thing that drives... Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
I think the thing that drives me nuts the most about it is the way that the people that will engage in this behavior are usually going to... the reason that Darvo is such a comfortable tactic for them to use. And DARVO, for anyone who's not listening, is an acronym that stands for Deny, Attack, Reverse, Victim, and Offender. It's basically a tactic of manipulation where someone says that they didn't attack you, actually you're the one that's attacking them. And when people start campaigns like this...
What you look for, right, is what they'll do is they'll kind of take something that, like, is clearly, like, so you're, to really, who attacked first? Okay, look back in time, arrow of time going this way. Which was the first attack? The video with Dylan lying about me, smearing me, going off on me, and me once again, just like on the Hippy Dippy, once again, no way to respond, but this time it's me on the line. This time it is me. Time it is my, everything that I've worked for, which I don't know if you know, But this isn't a vanity project. This isn't, you know, like economic financial project. This is kind of a labor of love and of passion and of belief. Like, I do these things because I believe in them, not for any other reason. And so when you strike at that, it's really hard not to take personally. Does that make sense, chat? Should we go on into the Vampire Castle Cora? I don't know if I like should. I'm tempted to like screen share this with you, but I'm like, then I'm also worried my computer is gonna poop out or something. It won't poop. It won't, the computers don't poop. I know computers. I'm not that much of a bimbo, chat. I don't think that computers need a litter box.
Still,
Okay, we'll watch the rest of the. Oh god, it's long. It's long. We'll watch a little bit of this. This is cringe.
Critics are instead defaming the struggle against oppression. The castle brooks no debate nor dissension. There is only the burning conviction that it and it alone is the true-born standard bearer of social justice. None can shake free from the iron grip of the new god of this age.
And chat before go on. You know what? This is what will happen. I'll get canceled for like watching Peter Coffin. It'll be this thing of like Irene's like a huge.
A pall has fallen across a small, unnamed hamlet.
No, it'll be my own community just to like does not like Peter Coffin. That I feel that. I feel that.
To the call of the castle.
We're sort of.
Madness grips the land, and
I mean, this is a little bit cringe, right? This is a little bit for your cringing pleasure.
To drive the
There's like
It's fair to say I'm not a fan of Peter Coffin.
Yeah, no, we're not flat for it. I mean, like, oh my god, chat, like, just cancel me already. I just go ahead and that's what's gonna happen. We're just gonna cancel Irene always. Okay, so here we go. What's in the Vampire Castle? Oh, it's Angie Speaks. Hi. What do we got?
Are you not pleased by the fair, young maiden?
Forgive me, my lord.
I love
but I fear my travails have made me weary.
You poor sweet child.
Oh my god!
Perhaps a cup of hot spice wine?
Oh no, I'm not one for strong drink.
Come, my dear, you look positively melancholy. Replenish your sanguine vitae. Drink!
Oh my god!
Excellent. Consume as much as you wish.
I'm sorry.
Are you not hungry, my lord?
I have other needs to satiate before I could eat even a bite of this
I'm
kind
sorry,
of food.
I'm so... I hope I'm not pissing you off, chat, by squealing. Oh my god, this is so good. I would not want Peter Coffin to cancel me.
It's just
I would not want that. Please do not let them cancel me.
It would seem that you have more pressing matters at hand anyhow. Please
this like,
do tell me your woes,
forward?
dearly.
It feels like this
How you
tape.
came to my halls in such
Like the speed of the
wretched
film
state.
is weird.
What troubles assailed you on the road?
On your traverse.
I was attacked.
Attacked? What villain accosts a peasant in my
What,
land?
a VTuber, actually?
Bandits? Vagabonds?
VTuber.
Or perhaps even
Close.
cut purses?
I mean, you're
No, my
close.
It was Twitter leftists.
Ah, I see.
Your Grace, assailed as I was by the storm and crowd, I fled the highways and made out for your hilltop castle. I know these hallowed halls are the home of your lordship, the Viscount of Social Justice.
Meow. Oh my
and
god.
I thought that I may find
They're laying
shelter
this
at
on
your
so
hearth
thick.
and a sympathetic ear.
So
Then you have
smooth
come
and
to the right
creamy.
place, my dear. I
This
hope
is
you don't
so
mind me
thick.
asking, but what was young
This is
blood
creme
such as yourself
fraiche
doing out without a chaperone on a night such as
Not
this?
clench.
I did have someone with me, Your Grace. Peter Van Coffin.
Peter Van Coffin.
Van Coffin, that accursed name of that vile base-born wretch
Oh my god,
sends
this is
shivers
so
through
good.
me. No wonder you were attacked. A sweet lady such as yourself should know better
Oh
than to
my
keep such
God.
company.
My lord,
He is a figure of the vilest contempt, a person of ill
back
manners,
to your
what keeps the
thought.
company of villains. Associating with such dreck makes you guilty too.
guilty of what?
You're guilty of sin! Now, this is your first offense, and I am lenient, so you may be forgiven, but I advise you strongly to keep better
Okay,
company.
okay.
Forgive me, my
Oh,
lord.
because cancel
but the
culture
only
makes you like
sin
not hang
is
out
what's been
with
happening
the,
beyond your
the
keep.
people that are canceled.
The folk
Because
of
Peter
this town
Coffin
are
is
turning
canceled.
against
Oh, I
one
get it.
another.
I get it. Okay.
In fits of
Okay.
rage and
Peter Van
bloodlust.
Coffin. This
I
is
was
the
in
Peter
my own village,
Peter
and I was
Von Dracula or
accosted
whatever, and then there's
accused
the
of
Peter.
most
I don't know.
unspeakable things.
That's the Hellthing.
folk
There's
of
the Hellthing Peter,
Twitlandia
and there's the Vampire
threatened
Peter.
to kill us there in the public square, without even a trial, my lord. I don't know what's
I mean,
gotten
she's right
into
about
them,
that.
but it seemed.
Oh God, I'm like agreeing with
Inhuman.
Angie Speaks. Chat. This
My
is
lord,
how I
I've
left the
seen
left.
others too.
This is
torn
how I
apart
left the.
by
No, just
frenzied
kidding.
crowds.
Just kidding.
I
Don't
was
clip
lucky
that.
enough to get away
Don't clip
with
that.
my life.
This, my
Her
dear,
necklace, yeah?
is the work of the invisible hand of the market. A force unseen, one that thrives when men feed upon each other.
Invisible hand?
Oh my God.
What could that possibly mean?
Why do peasants toil in the fields? Why do merchants peddle their wares? Why would anyone tweet?
But what of the villagers?
They live. Do they not?
I guess so.
Life is not well lived when such brutality passes between brethren. How monstrous!
You could call it monstrous, sure, but I know it to be a necessity. There is a reason this kingdom doesn't collapse upon itself, monstrous though it may seem. There too is a reason I live in this castle and you don't. You may not like that, but it suits us just fine. It's the natural order of things.
Guess so.
Now please eat.
Your Grace, I fear I've over-availed myself of your hospitality. I must be on my way home.
If you go back to Hamlet, they will draw and quarter you, my dear sweet child. They do not know any better, and they are not conditioned to care. They would compete to be the one.
Oh yeah,
who
we're gonna
tied
do
you
the
to horses.
Destiny thing later.
They would burn down your shack if it met their ends. Forget about all that. You're safe now. Fed, dry, warm. A beautiful young maiden such as yourself should be well attended and not so eager to subject herself to the random cruelty of the filthy peasantry.
If you won't allow me to go, then I'll take my leave and be candid. I have a
She's
lot
gonna
more
get
in
hissed at,
common with
isn't
the
she?
filthy
Is she gonna get-
peasantry of Twitlandia than I do with someone like you. That's why the attack was so alarming and hurtful.
Oh, it hurt, did it? Let's hear more about that.
Well, I didn't join in their morbid carnival, and Sir Renfield called me out.
Ah, Renfield.
Sir Renfield!
Good lad.
Who's Renfield? Is this a
We
person?
make him mayor at some point.
He called
Is
me
that a
out because
person?
I abstained. Many had already
is this just
begun
like
your
a man-
Dracula,
suspicions.
yeah.
But
Oh, and
after
Dracula.
this,
Okay.
They all
But it's not
turned
like a
on
reference to someone
my
in
own
like
friends.
Twitlandia.
They said my
dance
abstinence was
macabre?
evidence of guilt.
You did
What
abstain,
qualifies as a
though,
dance
and
macabre?
How selfish.
How do we know
of
it's
you.
actually macabre?
Those people are hurting.
Or even a
As
dance?
they hurt, they have license to hurt others even more. A blight of sin has descended upon their lives and left them
Oh my
bereaved.
God.
But did you not also blight them when you abstained?
Your Grace, what could I have done?
You could have vindicated the wild hunt and given them catharsis. When the market chooses its victim, the sacrifice is made to the invisible hand, as it has always been. Who are you to abstain from the frenzy? Everyone must feed. Now, eat!
Why must I?
Oh wait, maybe I shouldn't
What
eat.
do we gain?
There have always been those with more and always those with less. Don't you want to be one of those with more? Aren't you hungry?
I asked.
This is
what
so
do we
weird.
gain?
This is so
It would
weird.
be better if everybody in the land had what they needed. We need justice. We need equality. Not just catharsis.
He's actually made the I think he's made.
The
Oh,
peasants
I'm sorry,
never
chat.
desired
Peter Coffin goes by they,
so
them.
they must be given order, or they'll grab power. If it was
I think
about
they are
equality,
using,
then no one would aspire to be an.
I think they are making
So
Fisher
if power is
a
what you
little bit
desire
worse.
in
I
this
think
world,
they have a reading of Fisher
Speed.
that like adds
But what
another
about when
layer.
things are
Because
genuinely
the catharsis
wrong?
stuff, does that remind you of
What
something?
about when there's an
Remember Mel
actual
versus Shark?
violation?
Catharsis?
What about when
Tone
genuine
policing?
reparations
Yeah.
are in order?
I think that's what they're
Surely
talking
not
about.
everybody who's after
I think for them,
justice
they've got a
wants
special
power.
like chip on their shoulder when it
Of
comes
course
to
not
like social
everyone
justice.
who
When it
says
comes
they
to
want justice is after blood, but the invisible hand guides their fervor into actions that create sacrifices for the market. That is the power of our religion, capitalism. It consumes.
I mean,
recuperates.
here's what I don't get.
And commodifies.
Not
And
good,
in
not
its
good
image,
acting.
We
But maybe
must
it's not
consume,
trying to be good acting.
recuperate,
It's not really
and
trying.
commodify as well.
It's not like they're not
Winning
trying. They're not
the
like, oh, let me
argument
show you my best
feels a whole
acting.
lot
They're
like
hamming it
justice,
up.
but winning an argument is what
I just don't understand what
they
they're
still
like.
Eat.
As-
They will eat whatever slop the market pours into them. They will be content to let it fill the void.
I
in
think
their
their aesthetic
bellies.
is just weird,
The
champ,
aching hole
honestly.
in the pit of their stomachs reminds peasants of what they lack in society. But it never fills the hole, does it? Winning the argument doesn't just carve a pound of flesh for the victor. It is a delicious temptation for the onlookers as well. An irresistible addiction.
Oh no!
That's good representation. Each grilled rare pound of flesh will satiate the hunger when served with fava beans and a nice bottle of Chianti.
But the little dudes come up
Even
and
those
like,
with
I
the
just
best
naturally am
intentions
like,
are
"Little dudes."
obligated to expend their vital essences trying to feed if they ever want to have a voice. And every feeding only makes the market
You
stronger.
have one positive thing I can say
Your
about Peter Coffin.
Grace, you talk of the
What's
small
that?
folk as if they are a resource.
At least they've got a
Dear
dedication
child,
to
that's
the bit.
capitalism.
They do.
Next time there's a frenzy, ensure
They could do
you feed,
wrestling.
ensure you
They could
regenerate
easily do
your
wrestling.
precious fluids. Asking questions and making complaints will only turn the eyes of those people like the
Unironically
Renfield
though,
boy
I think
towards
Peter
you.
Coffin is exactly the kind
Forgive
of
me,
person
but
you
I
would not want
cannot in
to
good
give any
conscience
social power
take
to
part in this
because I cannot
grotesquerie.
imagine the amount
markets
of
may
people that
indeed
they
be
might
the source of
use
vitriol,
their power over.
but the people who act on these impulses need to be made
friends.
aware of what's going on.
Meow,
no
meow.
more Renfields. No more finding sinners
maybe
in
you can help
every
me with this.
hovel.
Is
We
Peter
have to
Coffin even
stop
acting?
this.
Because that is
Yeah.
exactly how he
Dare
composes
you
his
to
tweet.
stop
How they
If
compose the
you merely
tweets.
defame the market
Oh.
forces,
Yeah.
people would act as though you spat in their open mouths. The denizens of Sinistwiteria obey the market forces. They follow our dogma, and they recite the litanies sung in our churches, because the invisible hand is the only means of achieving social justice. You wouldn't want
Major
Peter Mayor
chip on the
Renfield to
shoulder.
tell everyone that you hate my heresies, do you?
Your Grace, what exactly
This
are
is
you
why it's like
implying here?
even when there's like
Opposing the
one or
blight
two
of the
like you know
invisible hand
points that like you
has
agree with,
nothing
it's
to
like
do with
the next thing
hating
they say is just like,
minorities.
okay,
The
I
market
see where you're
forces
going with this.
exploit
I
and
see what
harm
this is about.
minorities.
Yeah.
Silence! Who are you to decide what harms and aids minorities? Don't you know these things are better left for experts like me to decide? I say what is wrong and right, and everyone in the town follows obediently. This includes you. Without the blessing of the market, you would never have the social capital necessary to prove your expertise. You'll
I will
never be
admit
allowed to
that
have a valid
I'm
opinion
legit
because you're not
enjoying
fed enough. You don't appear
this video.
publicly correct and competent
Maybe because it's
frequently
Angie
enough.
Speaks'
And
video.
being
I don't
on the
know.
right
Come
side
up
of these
and,
issues
like, I
is
just
imperative.
naturally-
Meow,
to
meow, meow,
accumulating
meow,
the power and respect to prove that
meow.
you're right. Right now,
Thank you
your
for meowing.
comportment suggests that you are wrong.
What side are you on exactly? You've
The
put
side of
forward this
evil,
gorgeous, decadent meal
right?
when the
Is
people
that
in the township are starving and hacking each other to bits for just a
Oh
simple
my
taste
god,
of food.
this is so
I
histrionic
didn't
too.
ask for it. You want my allegiance because you think I want your permission. But I don't.
How, pray tell, will you get justice without it? No, I will be gracious. The
Yo, I
carnival
gotta
is still
say,
going, so why don't you just go back down
Peter
to town
Coffin
like
would
a
be
good
one
little girl
scary
and
woke
feed.
skull.
Are you not hungry? Feed!
This is like-
Feed or be damned!
I can't. I won't.
She refuses. But I refuse. But I
As you can
refuse.
see, I've had my eye on you for quite some time, girl.
Okay.
So many receipts.
Receipts. Oh, receipts. Oh no.
Transgressions really are countless.
Let he without sin cast the first stone.
Oh no.
I am hale and hearty. I know what is right. And even if I've made
Did
mistakes,
Angie tell somebody
it doesn't obscure my desire to
that they
see
might
the
have
land
trouble sleeping
restored
well
to
when they've done
justice.
bad stuff to
Thing
her?
about sin.
That their guilty conscience
Not
might
up
make
to
them
you what it
have
is.
trouble sleeping? 'Cause that sounds like a threat to me. Does
It's
it
up
sound
to
like a
me.
threat to you, chat?
My
Does that sound like a
castle,
threat?
My town, my land.
That's
my
what
world.
counts as
the
a
peasants
threat
dance my piper's tune, and
in the weird
some
champ
simple
world
wench refuses
of
to join in.
Aristocracy
Well,
TV.
The dancers all know the steps. The performance is the deed, the tell. What you do inside your home on your own time isn't visible, but in town, you must dance to be one of the good ones. And if you do not dance, then you cannot feed.
You may not feed. Oh no, the vampires are gonna come in. Oh my god, I'm scared. No
There's
need
a
for a
culture of
PS5.
fear and silence.
I'm gonna
The
look at
reason
that
why
in a
I've been
second.
forced to deal with this whole situation as it's played out is because of that. Because of the fact that we're being harassed and coerced to cancel somebody.
Okay, no, for
without
real,
knowing
dude,
the
though,
full
like, okay,
extent
I
of
will
the
say
situation
something.
and what has gone on. That is why I have.
Like, I'm not even gonna get into this drama. This is about, like, this is actually some Discord drama, isn't it? This is legit some Discord drama from, yeah, I think from Peter Coffin's Discord. But yeah, Angie Speaks, okay, so from what I understand, Angie Speaks did legit get, like, terrible harassment. Like, horrible, like, Angie Speaks really got, like, messed with in a horrible way. Oh my god. I am looking at this clip that you sent me. I'm looking and it for some reason it went fast forward and it's just like Steven going like, it's just Steven doing this. It's the weirdest thing I've ever seen. Yeah, they both got yeah. There's really fucked up shit and like I don't know, dude. I'm not a fan of either of those, but I am not a fan of fucking harassing people, like I said.
And interesting how people who get into harassing other people always seem to be the ones claiming that their victims are bullies.
Mm-hmm. A lot of the harassment of me has come in the form of people popping up and accusing me of harassing the person that's harassing me, the person that came into my chat on Tuesday. I have never been into one of their chats. I have never gone into their Discord. I have never come to them. They came to me, right? Quite aggressively, I might add. Quite aggressively and quite rudely. And with a certain sense of entitlement that is just like, where did that come from? Where, I mean, I don't know, like you could say branding. You could say branding, that works. Yes, it could be branding. It could be branding. Branding fits. It's definitely on brand to be like that.
Been doxxed. That That is why I have been harassed.
Oh my god, no, okay, this was such a fucking toxic drama I forgot about. Oh my god, okay, yeah. Oh my god, okay. We gotta get the fuck out of that. Okay. Okay, so Cora, this is the hard part. Like, I did the easy part, I did the cringe part. That was actually rather enjoyable. I didn't remember enjoying that, like, piece as much. Like, I don't know, there's something I found. Oh wait, oh yeah, tweets. I gotta find the tweets. The problem is I might get my chat to open here. Is it in view? Meow, 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 meow. Is it okay if I meow at the chat for a little bit? That's not gonna get clipped or anything. Nobody's gonna like remix my meows into that. What's a very threatening meow? That should that meow is a threat. That's a threatening meow. Oh, you can't do that. That's TOS. That's TOS. You can't. That's a human rights violation.
Meow. I think meows are very much on brand.
Meows are
fine.
very heckin' valid, okay? They're wholesome and they're very heckin' valid, and you can't take my meows away from me, okay? With your wicked cancel culture. And it's really strange for somebody that I believe has, yeah, the last time I saw this person speak about cancel culture, they did not speak positively. They did not speak fondly. They were not like, oh yeah, cancel culture, oh, it's so good. No, I think they were arguing with, was it Mixed Viv? Do you know what I'm talking about? That debate? Because I just talked to Viv about it today. That's right, me and Viv are talking again. Me and Viv are talking. She asked me if I wanted to apologize for anything, and I said, meow. And she knew what I meant. Chat, she knew what I meant. That's so wholesome. That is what you're gonna get here. That you're not gonna see at other streams. Wholesome authenticity. Like, I'm all about fucking being who you are and loving who you are and not like cringing at yourself, because it makes you weaker when you self-cringe. So don't do it. You don't need to. You don't need to self-cringe. You don't need to self-cancel. You don't need to prematurely put out your light. You need to like carry that light forward into the darkness of the battle. What am I talking about? Meow? Meow? Meow, 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 meow. Okay. So this is not going to be easy, okay? I am psyching myself up. I am meowing. I am, like, trying to make myself, like, kind of chill.
Because it was so peaceful up here, but now there are freaking communist invading radicals.
Oh my god!
It was so peaceful
oh my
up
god,
here,
we can't even see
but now there are
wait.
freaking communist
Let me
invading
get this out of the way,
radicals.
so we can actually see these
It
alerts.
was so peaceful up here, but now there are freaking communist invading radicals. Because it was so peaceful up here, but now there are freaking communist invading radicals.
Oh my god, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Ellie. Meow, meow, meow. But yeah, okay, so here's what's going to be really hard for me, okay? Now, I always wondered how I would take this when there was a bad video about nocommentchick, okay? There has never been a bad video about nocommentchick, but we're about to look at a bad video about nocommentchick that probably is at least, you know, where my my biggest video, the video where I talked to Destiny and defended Demon Mama, where that is yeah, it's at least the same size. So it's really stressful, okay? When you think of how many people I stood up for the trans community when no one else would. When no one else would speak the hard truths to Dylan. I mean, with the exception of Chud Logic. I do want to give Chud credit.
The little dudes come up and like I just
Chud actually did
say
something, but like I was like the only, you know, creator to actually. I'm a hero. Yeah, that's right. I don't know. Not yet, Chat. Not until I win. Right? I don't want to count those eggs before they hatch. Like I've got a lot of fighting, a lot of, oh god, there's where we get it to it. I'm gonna like make sure to go out of my way to eliminate any like metaphors of fighting, battle, you know, whatever, just because of the nature of the accusations and therefore the willingness to weaponize anything that this person can, coming into my chat with the intention to clip me out of context, just like people do to Vosh, and just run that clip over and run that clip over and ruin my reputation. Not out of anything real that I did, but basically what started the conflict between me and Dylan was the fact that I had a little feedback for Dylan about, you know, what his panel did to trans people. The harm that was done by that last panel. And I thought I really sold it soft. I thought I really soft pedaled it. I thought I did everything that I could to let him know that I didn't like hate him for it. You know, I talked, you know, some shit and stuff like that, but that like, I just really wanted him to like notice what he was doing and to care. And he didn't. He threw it back in my face, chat. He laughed at the pain and suffering of the trans community. He fucking laughed at us, and he laughed at me, and he laughed in my face, and all I did was close the door on him, right? And these snowflakes responded as if I had just the worst lady says the worst thing. Worst. Thank you for the follow. Oh my god, thank you everybody. I'm feeling so much love tonight. That is so super awesome. We're almost back up over 200 again. Hell yeah. But yeah, no, it's like the conflict with Dylan isn't really something that I wanted. The conflict that this is what nobody's getting. Everybody's looking at this like that Irene engineered this conflict. And chat, if anybody engineered this conflict, it was Dylan. I did everything I could to make this like a positive interchange. That's who I am naturally. That is my first, like, you know, instinct. And that is my most honest instinct. Hey, Afiel, keep Afiel in chat. Hey, Afiel. No, we're not going to ban you. Hi, Afiel. So, I've always wanted to know this, and you seem to hold this point of view, but what is wrong with having him on Whereby, having muted him after he insulted me, and me saying a few things with him sitting there for theatrical effect? Don't ban Afiel, okay? Because Afiel thinks that they've got a point. Oh, by the way, Afiel, what are your preferred pronouns? See, Afiel, you look really ridiculous because I'm not reacting the way you thought I would.
Because it was so peaceful
and
up
you
here,
gave me
but
gift
now there are
subs. Good job,
freaking
Afiel.
communist
Thank
invading
you.
radicals.
Thank you for the gift subs, Al. And
Because
thank
it
you.
was so peaceful up
Thank you
here,
so much,
but
Ali.
now there are freaking
I mean,
communist
this is just
invading
kind of like,
radicals.
did you think you were gonna?
Because it was so
what did you think you were gonna
peaceful
do?
up
Come in here
but
and
now
like,
there are freaking communist
bad lady
invading
bans
radicals.
Afiel for having any means of dissent? Listen, I just don't understand, and I would love it if you're still in chat, if you would just tell me, what did I do wrong? Because nobody's told me this yet. There's something wrong with keeping Dylan on screen, but he's muted. Like, you're acting like I'm holding him in a force field or something, and I'm like forcing him to listen to the words of the evil, like, you know, Dark Mother. You know, like, I don't understand where you're coming from here, Afiel. This is a weird champ for me. This is a real weird champ, and I would love it if you could take that weird champ and make it a little bit less of a weird champ, so I'd be like, oh, okay, I could see how that was, and then maybe I could, like, apologize if I did something bad, because I don't want to do anything. Like, I was just upset. I don't think I did anything that bad to him, and I don't understand why this reaction happens to female and trans streamers. Afiel, can you enlighten me a little bit? I would love to know, Afiel. Look, nobody banned you. You stayed in chat. You planned to flame out, but we didn't ban you because what you're saying isn't something that, like, that's problematic for me. Like, right, you didn't bring up anything that's hurtful, that I feel like I have to suppress, that, you know, I can't handle. What you can't handle is explaining what the fuck I did wrong to Dylan. And all I can tell is that people don't like blue-haired trans lady saying tough things to cis dude.
Can I speak to this?
Am I going too far, Cora? What do you think? I don't want to make any assumptions. I'm not trying to be mean either. All right, this is not about, I know there's been a lot of fucking, like, look, I've been pissed, okay? But that anger is to cover up for my real emotions, which a lot of times are sadness, isolation, fear. Like, that's what this stuff causes me. I try to be like the champion. I try to be tough, okay? especially when people are so fucking rude to me and people are so fucking mean. And Afiel, I never thought you'd be one of those people, but you absolutely did. And I can't figure out why you would do that to me. I don't understand, Afiel.
At least it seems like Afiel isn't trying to keep the conversation going. I was mostly concerned
luckily Afiel's not on screen because that would be a huge problem. Oh my gosh, if Afiel had been on screen and I muted them and held them there, oh geez. I don't get it. I don't get it. That was like a big thing. There were so many people, most of them guys, that reacted really badly to that. And I'm trying to figure out where that comes from, okay? I don't want to assume the worst, but it's a real weird champ. It's a real weird champ there. I really would love to know, Afiel, if you're still in chat, if you can enlighten me, like if there's a piece that I'm missing, I would love to know what it looks like from your vantage point. But Afiel, this shit feels like Gamergate to me. Do you understand what is happening to me and that you're a part of that now? This shit unironically feels like fucking Gamergate. Like this persecution that goes on of trans femme streamers for anything or nothing, for speaking truth to power, for doing what we all fucking agree is the right thing. And even if it wasn't successful, because the target of that had just too thick of an ego for anything to get through. Like, I think there is some value in standing up for ourselves. That's what I was trying to do, is give you a little bit of hopium, chat. Afiel, am I a bad person for wanting to give my community hopium? After they'd had so many doomer pills shoved down their throat? Am I a bad person? Did I say copium? I meant hopium. The good one. Hopium. The good. Hopium, the fresh maker.
You
yes.
said hopium.
That one. Yes. Oh my gosh, that was a weird champ. That was a real weird champ, Afiel. But yeah, no, you're not banned, and you're not, bringing up anything that's devastating to our arguments here. But apparently, what we've got is absolutely destructive to yours. So, but thank you for showing that. Thank you for showing that you don't really have a point, and people on your side are just kind of outraged at the bad lady that said the mean things to their parasocial thought leader. That's what's going on. And I don't see any attempt to dispute it. Okay, well, that's cool. I mean, maybe you learned something today. I don't know. Look, you can always learn something. You don't even have to say it. You can sit there and fucking mault and be like, but like secretly be like, all right, let me plot a strategy to be like, yeah, I kind of agree with that, right? I do this shit all the time. Sometimes my mods bring up stuff that I'm like, I don't want to. I'm like, I don't want to do what you're, and they're like, Irene, this is like, the obvious thing to do, and I'm like, yeah. You're right. Anyway, yeah, I think it's bespoke to admit when you're wrong, okay? And if more people would do it, we wouldn't have these problems. If Dylan could have done it just a little bit, we wouldn't have these problems. So no, I didn't come after him. He absolutely came after and tried to cancel me. And he did. He hurt me really fucking bad, chat. He used the power of his huge platform to harm me, to lie about me, to poison the well against me. And who was there to help him sell this well poisoning but our own friend, EristocracyTV. So let's take a look at that. It's going to be really hard for me, so please, everybody in VC, get ready.
Since someone else mentioned something in chat earlier, these kind of things actually can be a matter of right and wrong, because when someone sets out to lie about a person in order to slander their reputation, that is something that is ridiculously unethical. And in case any of you aren't aware, you may have heard that one of the commandments that Christians follow is to not bear false witness. This is why commandments like that exist across all kinds of ancient cultures, because human beings have known for a very long time that when you attack someone's reputation by lying about them, you can do serious psychological harm to them, and sometimes real world physical harm. So in this particular case, it's very much not good that Eris is lying about Irene.